What's up, YouTube? Thomas L here. It's reported that Shia Labeouf and Mel Gibson are set to star in a dark satire film titled Rothchild, which is about New York's super rich. The film will be directed by John S. Barrett, who recently directed that film Stan and Ollie, which I thought was really great. Anyway, here's what it's about. The project, whose title puns on the wealthy Rothschild group, charts how charismatic outcast Beckett Rothschild, played by Shia LaBeouf, plots his way back into his family's riches, setting himself on a collision course with the patriarch White Lord Rothschild, played by Mel Gibson. On the way, he must infiltrate the weird and twisted lives of his super rich kin, including frat boys, hipster artists, and reality TV stars. The project was part of 2014 Blacklist, which is of course like unproduced scripts and all. Now I gotta say, Shia LaBeouf and Mel Gibson them together is a little interesting because they both have done and said some really not so good stuff. Like, let's face it, they've pretty much, like I said, they've done and said some really dumb stuff. But that aside, both Shia LaBeouf and Mel Gibson are tremendous actors. I mean, Shia LaBeouf, he he's done really not so great stuff, but as an actor, this guy is terrific. I think I even consider him as an underrated actor. Because when people think of Shia LaBeouf, they think like him being crazy and saying stuff like, I'm not famous anymore and stuff like that. But when he does movies like whether it's Fury, American Honey, or Lawless, or whatever, anything else, this guy could act. And he also has a new movie coming out where he's like playing his own father. It's a film called Honey Boy, which just got a release date. That actually sounds really great. So I'm glad to see that Shia LaBeouf's career is going pretty strong. I mean, it's not like he's ever going to be in another blockbuster like Indiana Jones or Transformers, but him doing these smaller stuff, he's doing pretty good with. I mean, yeah, I really don't really think Hollywood will ever cast him in like another big blockbuster, but glad to see that he's still acting and stuff. And as for Mel Gibson, I'm really happy to see Hollywood still taking him a chance. Like not like just this past week, he was cast in not one but two films. He was just cast to play Santa Claus in a movie called Fat Man, and he was just cast with Kate Bosworth in a film called Force of Nature. And he has a few other stuff coming out, like he's in a new Joe Carnahan film called Boss Level with Frank Grillo. He's in a film called War Pigs with Colin Farrell. He's in a film called Black Flies with Ty Sheridan. And he's also supposed to direct a remake of The Wild Bunch and the Passion of the Christ sequel. And not to mention, he was just in Daddy's Home 2, and he was just in that new Vince Vaughn movie, Drag Across Concrete. So it's really cool seeing Mel Gibson making a major comeback now. And seeing Mel Gibson and Shia LaBeouf play like father and son, that should be interesting to watch. So I'm curious to check this one out. And I don't really know a whole lot about the story or anything. Like, I never really read the Blacklist script, or like I don't know much about the story, but the story sounds pretty fascinating, and I'll give this one a shot. And John S. Burr, his last movie, Stan and Ollie, I thought was a terrific little film. So I'm curious to check in this Rothchild film out. I mean, who knows if it'll be any good or not? That has to be wait and see. But yeah, it should be something interesting to see Shia LaBeouf and Mel Gibson in the feature together. Anyway, let me leave you guys. What are your thoughts on Shia LaBeouf and Mel Gibson playing son and father in a film called Rothchild? Are you still, like, despite their personal life, are you still a fan of Shia LaBeouf and Mel Gibson? And do you think they'll be pretty good in this? Do you like the soundings of the film? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Thomas L. signing off.